だけでも結構楽しいものだと思うぞ。俺と共にロビーを駆け抜け風になってみないか。別に対人戦だけが全て。
Stupid transition thing, never working properly.
楽しい試合になるといい。
Grimner, Beelzebub. Grimner versus Beelzebub. Great. Great.
I went to 142 and I wasn't able to cancel it. Oh, well, just gotta hope it's not too laggy.
Versus Zeta. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Excellent.
That's my friend.
Battle 2.
Engage.
Great.
Fair enough. Oh, what the hell? This guy got all the bombos. Wish I was able to hit Zeta rejumps like that. If I could have, I might not have dropped her. What's up, King? Oop. Yeah, there. Well, week and a half, but it's easier to just say 2 weeks than it is to say a week and a half. This weekend? No. I ain't doing anything this weekend but fighting games. Only fighting games between now and Combo Breaker. Well, CVS is a fighting game, but fighting games that I'm competing in. I guess let me clarify. Fighting games that I'm competing in.
Battle 3. Engage.
Yeah, I should have clarified. Yeah, I didn't mean it wasn't a fighting game. It just meant the things that I'm actually going to be competing in at Combo Breaker. Be it this game or Fatal Fury.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Versusia. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Firmly grasp it. This guy is a SpongeBob fan, apparently. From playing today, one thing I've realized is how much I hate Versusia. People can legitimately just mash on her. And they'll probably win. One guy a couple of times today, legitimately all he did across the entire set was mash anyone.
Battle 2. Engage.
Three.
Excellent.
Not dead.
最近この技を使わせエンドテンペスト出滅バナナ浅い兄貴
Gotcha, bitch.
セーランのごとき気持ちのいい勝利だ
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Excellent.
ドロドロドロド
Battle 2. Engage.
ロ He really tried to grab me there. I don't know whether to call him brave or stupid. Or both. Probably both, right?
快進撃が止まらんようだななんて
Probably both.
風の刃窮地をまとう遅い前遅い遅い遅い遅い
Here begins Fate's episode. Percival.
Percival.
Grimner.
Oh, it's Kane.
Believe
When I see this, I know he says his name as Kane, but having now played a bunch of Fatal Fury, I now see that name spelled like that and immediately think Kine. So now I see him as Kine.
Battle 2. Engage.
So we're fighting Kine. That's not happening. Freedom! No more freedom. Only pain. I ended up right between two seals. That sucks. Would you like a kind like fire?
Battle 3. Engage. Excellent.
know. I don't think I want a kindly bar.
Engage.
I love Kazana.
Battle 2. Engage.
I'm doing alright. I was reminded today how much I hate Versusia. That's always fun.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, fair. You are? I didn't know that I knew. I always thought you were dead this whole time.
Battle 2. Engage.
What's up, Jesse? So what's different today compared to normal and new to where you're alive now? Nothing? Oh, okay. Just checking. I was like, so what's different today that made you not alive before? Cheerful. Who's the worst character in the game?
Battle 3. Engage.
Really? Black Widow's the worst character in the game? That's odd. What a weird character to end up being the worst. A 9-hour flight and slept in the airport. Go to bed, dude. Actually, it's probably still too early to go for bed. All right, stay up for another like hour, then you can go to bed.
Great. Great.
力となれ
Excellent. Great. Great.
All right, it's 10:30. Then never mind. It's plenty late enough. Go to bed.
Great.
It's really not. Except if you decide to just dash in and you're minus. It does when you don't have a DP. Does when you don't have a DP and you're two. Okay, thanks. Okay, bang on the distance you're throwing this. Yeah, Uncle, we know. Install broken. Blah 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 blah. Install broken. Zane bad, etc. 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 Don't worry, all things we're well aware of. Don't worry.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Charlotte. Believe in victory.
But if you, I'm not sure exactly when you would go into the install when you're the one that needs to be the one doing the fuzzy jump and to escape the corner. Yeah, but you're not the one in the corner. Well, depending, I guess, on the character who brave counters do. Some could probably turn the corners on you there. But I think you also just said that he said the reason why it's not exactly all that great. Not exactly all that great, Aqua. You just spent you spent 100% to immediately get brave countered, and now you don't have a DP because you just spent 100%. Oh yeah, Grimm's is better than most. Vera's is the best, but that's because she actually changes her entire kit, not just a temporary install thing. I think Onray's is the second best, and then Grimm's probably the third best.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Oh yeah, like I said, I agree it's good on defense. But like I said, if you're in the situation where you're at 100% to the point where you're using it, just I'm not sure exactly when you would just throw out the 100% in order to go into it. To where you're doing this and be like, yes, this would be great on defense. As you're trying to set up a probably set up a finishing setup or a final hit. Actually, worse than DP? No. But DP is but you do get two DPs for the price of one install. And like I said, the more important thing, having a super and ultra moves available for if you do get the hit, which is more often than not when you will go into the install. Like, if there was a way to like just instantly go into the install, that would be one thing. But if you try to when you're on defense, you're getting punished.
Battle 3. Engage.
Basically, if you get the hit on them to where you do a mid combo like you do, you're basically setting it up for a next hit kill situation where as long as you have the meter, doesn't matter what the previous hit was, you will kill them. Won't always be the case if you do. Won't always be the case if you do that. Won't always be the case if you do that after going to an install. Wow, I suck. Yeah, if you're at 20%, then sure. Let's be honest, the value is so much less fun. You're still gonna get called a down. You're still gonna get called a down player. I tell people the way to beat Grimnir. I tell people what Grimnir's weaknesses are, and then I get called a down player. He's broken, top one in his own tier. Blah 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 blah. Even though I literally tell them what Grimnir's faults are, the defense, or what his problems are, ways to deal with him, and then I get called a down player, and then they just ignore me anyways. Okay, I don't hear top one in his own tier anymore. Well, actually, that's a lie. One person still says that. Koji Koko still says that. He still says that Grimnir is top one, and it's not even close. So there is still one person that says it. Otherwise, I still see a lot of people putting Grimnir top one though. Oh yeah, Beatrix and Versusia are definitely top two. Of that I have no doubts. Issue is Grimnir has weaknesses. Beatrix has basically no weakness. And although Versusia isn't necessarily perfect, she very much has a lot of Grimnir's strengths. And the downside of her is a lot less than Grimnir's.
Percival versus Grimnir.
Grimnir is top 1 when I'm blocking. What do you mean? Grimnir is top 1 when you're making him block? You mean?
Engage.
Oh yeah, the one thing Grimnir has over the two of them is damage. That's the one thing Grimnir's got over both. And Mix, of course. I'm mostly joking, but I'd rather block B or Versusia than B.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at was by Grimnir having more mix. Grimnir is in a winning state the vast majority of times until he's blocking. Then he's one of the worst in the game, and that's one of the biggest downsides of the character. Actually, I shouldn't say one of the biggest downsides. That is the biggest downside of the character. And the one thing I will counteract on that one, Jesse.
Believe in victory.
When it comes Versusia, when she gets a hit on you, not like her pillar, but if she gets one hit on you, it can kind of do the same thing. That'll be my one counter argument to where you get hit by her one time, then all of a sudden you're blocking in the corner and dealing with 20,000 plus frames, and if a single one of those plus frames hits you, you die because she could basically two-shot you. So that'll be my one argument against that. Not exactly much of one. I agree with that. I'm not saying she's going to hit you the second. I'm not saying she's going to hit you this get that second hit easily like Grimnir does. I'm just saying that she does do a similar thing as Grimnir in that sense, that she can two-shot you. She can put you in the corner basically from anywhere, and you will die if you get hit again. I'm not gonna say Grimnir doesn't carry people, but I think Grimnir carries less than Versusia and Beatrix. Because Beatrix quite literally is a easy to play character with literally no weaknesses. And Versusia you can mash anything basically and win, and you can convert off of literally everything, where basically no other character in this game can convert as free as Versusia can. Okay, you cannot. Okay, you cannot say spend. You cannot say Grimnir carries by using ultimate lariats. You can say Grimnir carries when he has seals, but you do not. You cannot say him having that ultimate lariat carries.
Grimnir versus Charlotte.
It's really strong. Don't get me wrong. Grimnir, but I'm not going. But I don't want to hear Grimnir players are carried by his lariats. What do you mean? Oh, you mean for the corner? You mean for the corner carry? So that means Catalina is carried by ultimate projectile. Versusia is carried by ultimate orb. Beatrix is carried by EX riding free. Gran is carried by ultimate boots. Jita is carried by regular Rekka or EX Rekka. Are you talking about corner carry? You said Grimnir is carried by seals, and if we're talking about how freaking strong. I'm talking about Versusia. I said Versusia and Beatrix players I think are more carried with the D than Grimnir players are, and then you said Grimnir is more carried because he has seals and ultimate lariats. Carried as in what the player can get away with because of the character rather than how good they actually are. Not corner carry. That is not what I was talking about. I was talking about they are carried more than Grimnir, not they have more corner carry. Okay, that was a turn I was not expecting in the slightest. See, now you understand why I was confused. Where I was just like, you can. Now you understand why I was so confused. I'm like, you cannot tell me that the thing you think is carrying Grimnir players is his ultimate lariats. Now you understand my confusion.
Battle 2. Engage.
No, I think Beatrix and Versusia are more carried than Grimnir is what I had said. But Beatrix being a easy to play character with literally no weaknesses. And then Versusia, you can basically just match nonstop, and then you have guaranteed corner carry as well as free conversions off of literally everything. Is what I had said. That's what you went for there?
Down.
お前
Battle 3. Engage.
I will say this: the nerf to the U lariat makes it a much shittier anti-air than it once was. And I hate trying to use it as an anti-air nowadays. Because probably at least half the time when I do it, I'm getting smacked out of the air.
Great.
こたびの戦いの行方武士の仕方にそんなに小さな体育
Alright, it's a great special for combos, corner carry. It's pretty good for whiff pun. It's good for whiff punishes. But yeah, but as an anti-air button, I hate it. I used to love it. It used to be my go-to anti-air button against the people that would just JL over and over again. And then they brought the hitbox down and the hurtbox up, and then I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, there are some specials, namely ones like Zoe's Ultimate Dragon, where if you spot dodge it, you can punish it with Ultimate Lariat full screen. Bark, bark, bark. Let's allow all the non-Grimnir players to be thankful the fact that you can only combo it off of a tornado that goes at least like 60% of the screen first. I'm not saying that's any better. I'm just saying let them be thankful for that at least. Oh, both fireballs get shot. Okay, if his fireball gets shot, both his ultimate one and or just in general every version of his fireball gets shot, we literally have nothing. We literally have nothing but seals. Because then all of a sudden we're sitting on seals doing nothing. And then we're dashing in and being negative. We're legitimately nothing we're nothing if our seals get fucked. We're nothing if our tornado gets fucked. What's up, Zambi? So basically our hope needs to be if they do nerf us, which they probably will, they don't completely butcher something of ours. Standing there menacingly. What's up, Necron? Yeah, basically we need some. We can allow
Versusia versus Grimnir.
Okay, Ultimate Tornado can get nerfed.
Believe in victory.
Don't nerf our light, medium, or EX Tornado, but you can nerf Ultimate. How's that? That better?
顔するか瞑想し遅いせい破壊する
Great.
Also remember the Versusia I mentioned earlier that all he does is mash. Ta-da! Yes, that's why Grimnir's damage and meter should be nerfed. I've been saying this probably for at least a half a year now. I've legitimately been saying this for probably at least a half a year. That if you really want to tone Grimnir down without killing him, you nerf his damage and his meter. Oh, that's awkward.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Or if he hits you with an ultimate shoulder tackle. Cause fuck that move. Or you fireball. That's true too. Like if we want to talk about some broken ass youth fireballs, we can definitely bring up Vasaraga. And Vasaragas is definitely in competition with the likes of Grimnir, with the likes of Belial, for who's got best fireballs. Or who's got best you fireball, I mean. Runs. That is not going to punish. And that will. Just fucking mashing, man. Just mashing. Just mashing. Yeah, it is.
Here begins Fate's episode.
Vasaragas are 100% carried by their armor and their ultimate moves.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great.
Must smash a light. Must smash lights.
Battle 2. Engage.
Must smash lights. Am I winning it? Look, Castillo was good. Castillo was a pretty damn good player at Frosty Faustings. And now he plays Versusia and Fibber. And he played. I beat his Lucilius at Frosty. He definitely was running a lot into level 5, to say the least. But yeah, him on Versuit. He really does make it look like he's got no idea what he's doing. But it's what Versusia allows, so. Apparently capped.
Believe in victory.
Like I said, I know he's good, but this character really does just make him look like an idiot. Like an idiot who only knows how to mash the light button and do nothing else. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yeah, I mean, like you can say many things about Grimnir, Jesse, but you definitely can't say you can't just autoplay the game with Grimnir. You can autopilot the setup seals. That part's 100% true. But after that though, you can't just autopilot for free. No, it's not even that we autopilot far range. It's literally just the fact that when we play offense, we press that button because that's literally our only button.
Battle 2. Engage.
So yes, we freaking mash far rage. But if you tell us a different button to press on offense or on defense that would work, feel free to tell me, because I would love to know. And I tell this to everyone who complains about Grimnir Far Rage. I'm like, hey, if you tell me what other button I should press, feel free, and I'll start doing that. Okay. You can duck it in 2H it, but if you block everything standing up, then yeah, you can't press. He just didn't duck it, so he blocked the whole thing and then mashed. Yeah, like I said, for Susio players, literally all they need to do is just mash the light button in every situation. They just auto wins everything. Yeah, I dropped the combo. But it still messes them up though if they stand block the whole thing. How about she should just not get a full auto combo? How about that? Shouldn't have that much range. And lead to a full auto combo. How about that? We can complain all we want about 2B auto combos and deservingly so, but her light auto combo don't have that much range, and the damage she does from it is not that high. You'll need to hit someone like 10 times with a light auto combo, even doing a full combo afterwards if you want to kill them. For Susia, nope, twice. I can't blame them for playing like that, but I can still call them idiots. I can still call them idiots for playing like that. Can't blame them for playing like that, but I can still call them idiots. So Gamera was doing the same thing with Versusia. He won't be within range of you, but he'll still just mash the light button. Last thing I'd ever do is say Gamera's an idiot. Versusia definitely allows you to just turn your brain off though.
Victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Why does Vayne have a very shiny fish on the end of his weapon?
Battle 2. Engage.
Hey Jesse, how was Castile on Cat out of curiosity? Well, the reason I ask is A, out of curiosity, and B because at this point I've only ever said. Okay, I thought someone said that they fought him before and they were playing cats. The only reason I asked is because the only thing that I've ever seen Castile play is Brain Dead just spam specials until level 5 Lucilius, or Brain Dead just mash the light button and Versucia. So that's what I was asking out of curiosity. That just a style play Brain Dead, do this and win character. Hey, it's a strategy, so. The strategy went from basically like of the top 3 last patch. Lucilius was definitely the Brain Dead one, and now this patch of the top 3, Versucia is definitely the Brain Dead one. So I can't exactly blame him for picking the top 2, top 3 Brain Dead character for both patches.
Battle 2. Engage.
That definitely seems to be the characters he currently leans towards. Just pick the most brain dead character. Attack. What was I saying? I honestly don't know, Senin, and we won't know until they do their we won't know until 2 weeks from yesterday, I think it is, or 2 weeks from today or something like that, when they do the show going over Galleon and talking about the new rank system. And unfortunately, I don't like the odds of me liking Galleon. We'll try her, but I don't like my odds. So she's a grappler, and that is not my normal, and that is not my go-to, to say the least.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Vayne. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Even more reason why I'm probably not going to play her. Obviously, based on my character choices in this game and in Fatal Fury, I clearly like my fast characters. It is weird. We didn't see her walk, run, do anything. Just do moves. And being the Earth Dragon, yeah, she might be like Vasaraga slow. Oh yeah, Meg's good. I said this before when looking at the characters, and I'll stand by it. I think the character that most likely has the chance of me playing them is going to be Meg. Looks like she might have set play with their shark. She's probably gonna be fast because she's gonna be like assassin like. She might have a teleport. We'll see.
Battle 2. Engage.
So I think the most likely candidate for a new character for me is probably gonna be Meg, but unfortunately that's not going to be until. Fortunately, that won't be until fall. I did try Lancelot's. I have not tried Seox.
Battle 3. Engage.
I tend to like the more well-rounded character. Like I like my speed, of course, but I like characters that can at least have the option like to play the mid screen or the full screen. Seox technically can ish with this clone, but that's about it. And Lancelot just became very weak. I got no other way, but I got nothing else for that one. They nerfed Lancelot too much. Where from a competitive standpoint, even if I was looking for that kind of character, I probably wouldn't be looking at him.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
He's definitely going to be pure aggro, run up and slash, run up and punch, dude. Probably a la Saurus. So I think he's probably. I think going into this, he was the least likely character I probably would want to play. For the same reason why I probably would never play Saurus. That is fair. If they get, imagine they actually make Saurus a fast hitting dude with a fire dragon claw that works in a similar way to like Vane's like giant swing, and he ends up actually being the type of character I would want to play. Wouldn't that be funny? But I'd be shocked if that was to happen. But at the same time, I'm also shocked that Galleon is a grappler. So we'll see. I will continue to hope, but the odds of me liking Galleon are slim to none. And then Wilna's I've got I've got only slightly more faith in Galleon. And the only reason I have slightly more faith in Galleon is because of the fact that we already have seen Galleon, where we haven't seen Wellness yet.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like I said, I think he's legitimately going to be the Sora's type character. Lots of punching, lots of claw swipes. That's what I'm assuming from him. But like I said, probably not going to be what I'm going to be doing. So I'll be waiting for Meg in the fall.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yeah, Versusius is taller than me, but not taller than my dad. Or maybe she was as tall as my dad. I don't remember. Six. Okay, she's basically the same height. She's basically the same height as my dad. My dad's 6'6".
Begins Fate's episode. Sheath versus Grimner.
Why is Yoru playing Seox?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Something like that.
Excellent.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, that was weird. So you that's how Grimnir sets up the frame trap on the multi dash. But there is a limit to the amount for how long you can do it. Otherwise you're going to have to deal with the 10 frame startup of the first seal dash if you wait too long.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
And parry. What's up, Angel?
ハードを歩まんとする何時か仮面
I don't know. You never really know when it's only a week till when it's only like a week and a half till a tournament. Never feels like enough.
勾配が調子 Here begins Fate's episode.
What's up, Harp?
UL versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Time for me to lose my sanity.
多いと風かし風かし前飛べ風こかれだ
Battle 2. Engage.
But yeah, practicing this game, practicing Fatal Fury, trying to figure out exactly what the balance is. I'm trying to figure out what the balance is for competing in 2 games. I didn't want spawned up there. I want to, but
Victory.
depending on how I do a combo breaker and Evo, then going to Evo France might not make any sense for me for the World Tour, since you're only allowed a maximum of 2 platinum events for points. So if I do well at both Evo and Combo Breaker, then there won't be any reason for me to go to Evo France. Yeah, since they changed the rules to since they changed the rules to make it where you can only have 2 platinum events and 2 gold events for points.
Battle 2.
But I would like to though.
Excellent. Marvelous.
Basically. So it It takes the highest points you've earned for 3 gold events, including the gold plus events, of course. Same thing with platinum and plat plus events. Fuck. And then it takes those for then it takes whatever your highest numbers are for totals. But I like to go because it's an Evo. Always want to go to an Evo. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's an Evo. Let me check the World Tour site, see if they've updated the see if they've updated anything. Evo Tokyo, Brussels Challenge, Combo Breaker, Head Stomper, Battle Arena, CEO, Doesn't Crash, Ragnarok, Mix Up, Only the Best, Evo, Crossover, Versus Fighting, UFA, C Major, Evo France, Clash of the Libyan, Tiger Uppercuts, B Pro Cup. More events to be announced soon. Nothing announced at this point, and everything is in freaking Europe. Okay, not everything, but almost everything is in freaking Europe, man. Belgium, Sweden, Germany, France, Italy, Germany again, the UK, France again, Greece. Oh, nice. Scratch boom back. 1%. Congrats, dude. Yeah, you take your highest 2 platinum events, plat plus events being worth more than platinum, and then gold plus being worth more than gold events. Then you take your 3 gold events, and then I think top two silver events. Something like that. Oh yeah, sorry, your top 1 point silver event. So top 2 platinums, top 3 golds, and top 1 silver, which is the online thing. I'm not even sure why they're even bothering to have points for first place for platinum since they're auto qualifiers. Yeah, understandable, Angel. It's an Evo event. Evo Japan is huge. Evo US is huge, and I'm quite confident in saying Evo France is going to be huge. Unfortunately, as of right now, there's only 3 North American tournaments. Although I'm sure there's going to be more NA tournaments, and I'm sure there's going to be that it's going to be at least 1 or 2 in Mexico. I'm sure. So I can try to do those for the gold events, but. I have family in not family. Oh wait, so that's Vegas. Oh, there's nothing close to Evo Friends. I was gonna say if there's a tournament like the week before or a week after Evo France, I might be able to stay with my relatives in the Netherlands, but there's nothing. The week before is in Singapore. Don't think I'm going to be going from Singapore. I could technically go from Singapore to the Netherlands to France, I guess technically. So that would be rough. Okay, that makes sense. Then I missed that part. Yeah, like I said, there are 2 platinum events in NA, and then there's 1 gold event currently in NA. God. Like I said, I'll just have to hope that more shit pops up in NA, be it Canada, Mexico, or in the US. And to be fair, typically it's the opposite. Typically, it's really good to live in North America, since there's typically a lot of tournaments in North America. So it's good that EU is getting something like this. But it looks like, of course, the year they announced, oh yeah, the finals aren't going to be in California where I live. It's going to be in freaking South Korea. They announced, oh yeah, NA, you're not getting jack for tournaments. But yeah, we'll see. I'll be trying to qualify, obviously. With any luck, the practice over the next 8 days. Over the next 8 days, will go well, and I'll just win combo breaker and I'll auto qualify. Then I can just go to whatever. After that. That'd be nice, right?
Episode. Vayne versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Battle 2. Engage.
That's worst case scenario. I think Aaron said he was planning on just going for an LCQ spot if he can't win Evo. So if anything, I'll join him on the jump over to South Korea, and hopefully Paragon will cover it.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I don't know. This is gonna hurt. But I don't know.
Battle 2. Engage.
I just wish there were more tournaments announced. Like even if they're not even if they're not going to give us the dates, I wish they at least gave us the names of the tournaments. Like, let's just say Thunderstruck, for example. Let's just say Thunderstruck ends up being a automat or not automat. Let's just say Thunderstruck ends up being a gold event again, like it was last year. Even though Thunderstruck hasn't announced announced their dates for the tournaments yet. I wish like Arxis would just say, "Oh yeah, Thunderstruck will be a gold event. Dates TBD." Then it'd be like, "Cool, I'm for sure going to that one or this one or that one," so I can at least start planning out, hopefully, a way for me to get at least 2 plats and 3 golds to at least give myself a shot at points, at total points.
Here begins Fate's episode.
Fair, but like I said, would definitely make my life a whole lot easier, so I can try and make sure I get 5 events. Because like I said, if there end up not being, like let's just say Thunderstruck ends up being a gold event, and then no other NA tournament ends up being a gold event, and then I don't want to do my usual one tournament outside of North America. I don't want to spend that on Evo France. Rather than spend it on going to Greece or going to Germany or going to one of these other tournaments that are gold events, which would be a slot that I'm completely missing. Yes, Evo France would be a Platinum Plus event, so there is a shot at getting more points compared to Combo Breaker. Although at the same time, odds are probably higher of me finishing high enough on Combo Breaker. That's not to matter, but either way. But that's what I'm thinking about right now. It'd be easier to plan my tournament schedule if I at least had the option to see the list of all the gold events, so I can do that. Plus also more than likely Frosty Faustings is also going to be a platinum event. I'm sure that's going to be one of the last platinum events to be announced. In which case that would mean there's going to be 3 platinum events in North America, and odds are I would go to all 3. Kind of give me even less reason to go to Evo France. And what's up there? So yeah, that's where my brain's at when it comes to that, at least. But, I got combo breaker to worry about before I start having to worry about anything like that. What's up, Tev?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
No, that's good.
Battle 2. Engage.
I decided earlier to start derusting Granblue earlier today before stream, and then you were my freaking second match of the day, and I was just like, oh god. And then like 2 matches later, I ran into Coco, and then I'm like, oh god. So I appreciate you beating me up to help put me back into shape. I'm gonna need more of that over the next 8 days.
Here begins Fate's episode. Cagliostro versus Grimner. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, Combo Breaker will be the first tournament of the new season. And it'll be the first one I do where I'm actively practicing 2 games. I'll be competing in both. Fatal Fury looks stacked as all hell. And a million new sponsored players too. You guys been seeing the never-ending string of sponsored players over the course of the last like couple of days. What's up, Shingami?
Battle 3. Engage.
Hey, nice. Nah, you're good. Nah, you're good, I good. Usual leading up to a tournament, brain working a million miles a second, won't shut up. Usually bad things on top of thinking about future tournament plans, future characters, practice time, etc. You know, the usual stuff that I'm constantly blabbing about ahead of tournaments. Like I said, the usual. Yep, play the Wolves and Rising. First time I'm entering a tournament with 2 games that I'm actively practicing at the same time. As well as it's a platinum event for the Grand Blue World Tour, as well. A tour which has very little in terms of NA tournaments. And then of course top three go for City Wolves goes to the Esports World Cup. Appreciate that, Shinigami.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Battle 2. Engage.
Okay.
Battle 3. Engage.
I wanted.
Great. Excellent.
Okay.
Here begins Fate's episode. Soares versus Grimner.
Boomback is back.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Welcome back. Did you though?
Excellent. Excellent.
しめっか。本心の力。
Battle 2. Engage.
That was supposed to be a throw. Have I mentioned how much I hate Sora's 5U? Pretty sure I've mentioned at least once or twice, but I'll mention it again. I hate Sora's 5U.
Battle 3. Engage.
Alright, go that one. Yeah, run up and throw. They'll totally do nothing and just let you do that. Totally would just let you do that. Throw really is not the counterplay.
Believe in victory.
Like Sora's players will tell you to throw is the counterplay. It's not the counterplay. They'll either get out of it before you can throw them and then just hit you with a close M, or they're just going to pop their chest out and then kill you for running at them, so they can cancel, since they can go into that whenever. So that shit is not, so throwing him is not the counterplay. A bunch of Source players will try and tell you that.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the Source player knew, when Grimnir jumps in like that, literally all he needs to do is pop his chest out at the right time, and I'll get punished guaranteed. But he doesn't know that, so I was able to throw him. What's up, Bryce? Eliza Thornberry.
ナンジは今勝利の風をまとっている。主翼に
That's funny. I was talking with Skill, and Skill tells me that 5U is terrible against Grimnir, and I'm like, yeah, no. He thinks Sora's 5U is worthless against Grimnir and doesn't do anything.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Versusia.
And mashing time.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Rage.
Okay, you guys gotta give me credit for that one.
Excellent.
You guys gotta give me credit for that. Credit given, yay!
Battle 2.
And yes, that this guy is still on, and he's still mashing everything.
Excellent.
Everything. Oh yeah, but I don't think unless you consider him mashing auto combo outplaying, I don't think I've been outplayed this entire day yet. I've lost multiple sets to this guy. And there it is again, mashing. Show you for spending wisely. I'll consider what I'm spending on there, Boomback.
Engage.
No escape. I'm gonna try Tekken throw with throw. Some people say she can't 6XL.
Battle 2. Engage.
I cannot believe that reached.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, now my Versusia combos don't last long enough. And she gets 2-0 into full auto combo.
Battle 2. Engage.
she gets full control. Sounds like she gets full control. That's good. What the hell is he thinking there? I have seals like I'm going to dash. Why on earth do you freaking sprint forward and jump? If I'm going to do anything, I'm trying to chip you out with a dash. Why on earth would I throw a tornado there? If I'm gonna throw a tornado, I'm gonna do it on freaking guard cancel. The amount of 5Ls, yeah. I'm not saying this, and I'm not saying Castile is bad. Castile is bad, but I'm trying to think of the best way to say it without feeling like I'm absolutely insulting him, even though I somewhat am by saying this. But when he plays Lucilius, and he wasn't as bad on Lucilius, but since swapping to Versusia, he plays like a fucking moron. It's just mash light over and over and over again. It's just mash light over and over and over again. It's mash his specials over and over again. And then once he doesn't have a special anymore, he sprints forward to do 6XL so he could then mash 5L some more. And that is literally his entire plan. And because it's Versusia, it works. I said this earlier, and I said if he tried to do that with 2B, the other character you can just mash auto combo with, he would not come anywhere close to beating people because he would need to hit people 10 times to kill him. Versusia and might be the most enabling character in the game due to the fact that she can confirm off of everything, has plus frames on everything, and can just mash auto combo for free. Yeah, she does 2L pressure. Just because you know since I'm rusty, I mess up on the OS for the high low, which I started blocking consistently over the last couple times we fought. He still just keeps going for that instead, rather than 2L being plus. Again, I'm not trying to sound like I'm insulting him, but my freaking god, dude. Versusia turns people into idiots, I swear.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus UL.
Speaking of people who play like idiots.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
王道ここからだ
He doesn't even look to see what I'm doing. He just spot dodge mashes. He just automatically assumes I'm going to far rage, and then he just spot dodge mashes. He doesn't even look to see if I far rage. He just mashes anyways.
Battle 2. Engage.
Idiots.
さすがだな俺の風の力
I really might as well just be playing ranked Fatal Fury to practice for Grand Blue at this point. This is the type of practice I'm getting. I really might as well just be playing Fatal Fury.
Here begins Fate's episode. Narmaya versus Grimner. Believe in victory.
Yeah, well, it's the only place I got. So, only place I got until Friday's Paragon. Most of the people in the Grand Blue Discord now are all practicing Fatal Fury for Combo Breaker rather than Grand Blue. Tav can attest to that. BSG's name in the Discord is he changed his name to Free Gato.
Battle 2. Engage.
Basically everyone that I used to play games with and practice with are all grinding Fatal Fury right now. So that leaves me either with running into Tav for the one time, running into Koji Coco for the one time, or practicing against Castile, who's the person I've run into the most today.
Battle 3. Engage.
That's kind of you kind of just reiterated my point there, Goins. If I want to get games with anyone, I would need to ask for City of the Wolves games. I want those to be a DP.
Excellent.
jump. I swear I jump it every time. I don't know why I went for that.
ちょっと流れが悪かった。
I don't even know why, but I
Believe
never
in
hit it.
victory. Battle 1. Engage.
ただでは終わらせない。
Like I said, I really might as well be practicing Fatal Fury.
前へ。
Honestly, what I feel like half the time I'm playing ranked on this game. I know. That's a downside. That's a downside of trying to practice this game after a new game comes out. Everyone's on that, and no one's on this. Why is that?
Battle 2. Engage.
いや、強化制限。
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Belial. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great.
So tasty. Well, the cafe was the first Grand Blue Discord I think I ever joined.
Battle 2. Engage. Great. Great.
I'll go back in the Grand Blue Discord. I'm still called a racist by a tenured every day. Okay, not every day, but whenever me and him are in the same call. I laughed at a joke Coco made about his children being perfect because his future children being perfect because of their skin color. I just caught me off guard. And I thought it was funny because of consequences. Hey, it caught me the hell off guard, and I definitely did not expect that from him. And then Tenured is calling me a racist ever since. It's ironic based on all the shit that gets said in there.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
That was the idea. Let's go for the chip. Chip.
Battle 2. Engage.
2M if it's not a counter hit, then hope it reaches. Legitimately, that's it. If it's a counter hit, you can fire H hit. Benders normal suck, man. How many times do I have to tell people that before they believe me?
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I don't think anyone will ever go for a far on Grimnir off of a far-reaching 6XL. For that exactly that reason. Another round of I'm starting to wonder if I'm just that predictable or something.
Battle 2.
Doesn't take to
Engage.
text throw, and then the next one I don't go for a throw bait, and then boom back, and then boom text throw, and then boom text throw.
Battle 3. Engage.
Sounds good. Have a good night there, Boomback.
貴様がどの
Here begins Fate's episode. Vera versus Grimnir. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
飛べここからだ前コアトゥーラ飛べ風発進飛べ前
Excellent.
風発進踊る世界だせい前せい消えた勝負別の風発進ここが発進かわせるかそこだ世界だテンションケースコアトゥーラ
Excellent.
for the Raw Super. And for Kane.
青少女
Battle 2. Engage.
刻め前へ出撃の位置かまけ
Great.
停止しろ受ければいい停滞セキュリティサイクロン
Excellent.
ガラ空きです。
ここはとどまれ受けるかなれ快進撃が止まらんよう
Fun
に
too.
何時強いの毎日
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
貫く風となる
Nope.
手荒に行くぞ魔法ドバー無菌の刃
Nope.
受ければいいギルティサイクロン大ド大中
Down.
Nope.
Battle 2. Engage.
こことどまれ世代かわせるか停滞セキュリティサイクロン
Excellent.
遅い大中砕く
I don't know why I did that.
Great.
It's fine, but I have no idea why I did that.
この勝利誉れとするがいい強いよ腕がうずいているんだ
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Grimner.
People still use the April Fool's things.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
飛べ飛べ刻めカスとどまれ前消えか出滅の一撃戻す遅いせい停滞せよそれ遅い前へせいなれカス発進カス発進
It's weird doing it's weird doing a Grimnir mirror match that's not against Kay and Aqua at this point. But when I do a mirror match, it's always against Aqua.
Marvelous. Down. Battle 2. Engage.
これはどうだせい風となる
Yep, he's the, I think, 6th least played character in all of Granblue.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Either the 5th or the 6th, I don't remember which.
Great.
多いとなるし
I know.
Battle 2. Engage.
停滞せよカオス
I see where my head's at right now, I guess.
前それサイクロン 奥義でフィニッシュさすがだな気持ちのいい勝利だ我が夢に踊り狂う暴風あまり軍神たる者が我のほ
Yep, install.
腕がうずいているんだ
Here begins Fate's episode. Sandalphon
Thunderfawn.
versus Grimner.
Fan 69.
Believe in victory. Battle.
Belial Fan 69.
Great.
ここか握れるか反逆の戦前よりさすぎるなここだ舞い上が
I don't know. There's a player named Grim that plays Graham. A player by the name of Nier Gojira who plays 2B. There's a person with the name Jita that plays Eustace. Can never trust the names.
Great.
運が悪かったと思うそう
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
停滞せ世界だそれならば近づけば
Great.
風となる前さ
Well, there's always the classic tier 3 Catalina sub.
Great.
ここだとどまれかわせるかいざ天使と大中砕くギルティサイクロンモードキルキルスパンシューナツ鉄の一撃今権限戦風神の力
Battle 2.
き猛攻だったぞサンダル
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
オードルはいる危なっといスタート手持ちのなれここは頑張れレッツシャー見えてる甘いなそうか希望と
Excellent.
甘いな甘いな
Not that time.
それ風のシッツこれからだそうキルここだとどまれこれぞ
Battle 2. Engage.
おっとさてここだとどまれせいなれ関だ風の呼吸遅い調子嵐まとめ山場はし
Excellent.
ここだ間一発キルエグリップティクター天多いとなって
Great.
風をまく飛ぶがいい浅いここだキルそうさ打ち崩すキル甘いな浅いまさに究極の戦いサンダルフ
And I'm guessing you know who that is, Gaba. Okay.
Here begins Fate's episode. Belial versus Grimner.
Okay.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
セイトここだ世界だ消えかこいつはそれおもろいなそう多いとならん踊るここからだ
No, Gaba, actually, I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you weren't here yesterday. But I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure you weren't watching me for Dragon Ball. For those of you guys who weren't at all watching me for Dragon Ball, before the year as soon as Grand Blue came, the finals. I mean, shortly after Grand Blue came out, for the LCQ, at one point there was only for the Dragon Ball finals there was only like 12 people in it. And in it, there are two players. One of them was named Something Wong, and the other one's name was Free the Slaves. So fortunately for Bandai, more people signed up. Otherwise, there was a chance they were going to have. They're going to have the commentators have to say on stream, all right, we're going to have a match between Something Wong and Free the Slaves. What's up, Ava?
楽しんでるか
2度目の奇跡。Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, for the most part, the people who end up being some of the best tend to not have names like that.
風の
逃げられない。さて、いや、
What are these? What are these freezes, man? What? The game just freezing.
風をまく飛ぶがいい停滞して
Battle 2.
Gabagool. Was a Vanguard.
あれ狂う竜巻のごとき猛攻だったぞ貴様が
God, those freeze frames. Jita is the Eustace, yes. Well, I did. Well, not gonna lie, I just got messaged by Belial fan 69 saying hi, best friend, GG's. Okay. Weird.
Here begins Fate's episode. Vera versus Grimner.
Not speaking of tier 3 Catalina sub.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. 2. Engage.
Son. And then sweep.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great.
This isn't cool. I don't know why I did this.
Battle 2. Engage. Great.
縛り
覚悟はよろしいでしょうか。
Great.
その風小月さん
Great.
なれここが舞い上がれ絶滅の一撃風の吹き去れトン吹き去れ
Great.
スカーレットアーツデュイットダーケイ縛り
Excellent.
なれトンスキルティーサイクロン世界
Excellent.
スイさばけキルティーサイクロン
And I hate it when that happens.
なんじゃ今勝利の風をまとっている強い思いの
makes the sky blue? Who was the first to ask? Were they before the sage? Or just a lonely friend? Why was the sky made? And where is the truth? Staring at the clear expanse.
が薄いているんだ
Still don't understand this world.
Yo, Nitro. Appreciate the rate of 40, dude. How goes the combo breaker practice? What's up, Rabbit? What's up, Rabbit Foot? Good, good. That's good. How you feel? How you feeling for it? You all ready to go? Bring it on. Ready to fight tomorrow?
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Vera. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
ここがパッシュせい出滅の世界が近づけばシッここからだトウよせ遅い飛べ風パッシュ飛べ前飛べ風パッシュダーケイ舞い上がる
I most certainly am not.
ここですか
Excellent. Down.
そんな
Battle 2. Engage.
I'll try, but I'll try and be by the time we actually get there.
Great.
風の呼吸シッ
立て直すここですか
Great.
手荒に行くぞ
Excellent.
名誉来たれ
Finish.
この勝利誉れとするがいい強い思いに
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
8 more days to go.
悪くありませんここで邪魔ここですか
停滞せここからだ顔をする
ここですかガラ空きです
進めマイシッツオード
頼みます
出滅の一ソーラーの新連戦慣れた一瞬だ
Down.
ります。これぞわ
Was thinking that wasn't gonna kill.
ガラ空きです。
風をまぐう
Spot dodge.
邪魔。力が爆発できます。参りましょう。こじ焼き。
少々する。
Great.
強いよ。腕がうずいているんだ。
お前が調子に乗る。
腕がうずいているんだ。
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Beelzebub.
This person plays a lot of characters. First time I fought them, they were Eustace, and they were a Belial. Now they're a Bubs. Like the rest of the game, worse and worse on the Grimnir matchup charts for me. Also continues to have massive stutters. Like that. Saragon, appreciate the raid of 4. How you doing? How's your stream? Probably gonna be another one and done against this guy. So these massive freeze frames are very annoying. Welcome Raiders, I am a Raider. You're saying welcome to yourself? Yeah, fair enough. Hope your day's going alright, Zachary. Of course, Twitch also tells me you're a first-time chatter, and you also tells me you're from the raid, so. Twas a good try hiding the fact that you were a raider. But I did catch you. How you doing though? How's your stream? How you doing? How you doing, Rabbitfoot? Don't know if I said that earlier, or didn't know if I asked that earlier. How would I describe this game to a DBZ player?
Here begins Fate's episode.
Uh,
Metera.
Jita, if you're out there, I apologize, but typically the way this game ends up being described is anime Street Fighter.
1. Engage.
The reason I said I apologize to Jita is because she hates that term. Yeah, so I guess that would be how I would describe it then.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yep, anime Street Fighter, rather than having drive gauge to use meter, you have skill cooldown instead. Anime Street Fighter, slower strive, is basically like the two terms I've heard people describe this game as. The character I'm playing is Grimnir. The character on the right, he's considered top tier, and the character on the left, Metera. Depending on who you ask, she's either top tier or high tier. I personally think she's high tier.
Battle 2.
Yep, that's why I said depends on who you ask. I've seen some people put her top tier, but the majority put her high tier. Tom, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. No. Anywhere from 14,000 to 17,000. No jamming, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it.
Battle 3. Engage.
Hey, holy shit, Torku with a rate of 40. Where's that Torku? Kind of in the middle of something. Hey, this game's got a free version, so if you want to give it a try,
Believe in victory.
you do have that option.
One. Engage.
Get the right ability. How's your stream, Torku?
Battle 2. Engage. Great.
I use the hitbox.
Down. Battle 3. Engage.
Free from ads. Welcome back from ads.
Great.
She has legitimately no recovery on fucking up at all. Oh, for sure I had to punish on that, but nope, I get countered. I jump before she fires and I still can't punish her. Insane. Insane. Example being, or you can just reboot game instead. Basically, every special in this game has two different versions of it. The technical version, like core circle forward here, as well as a simple version, which is just the skill button plus a direction. And the difference is if you do a special with a simple input outside of a combo, it'll do 10% less damage. So if I do technical input tornado here, it's 880. If I do simple input tornado here, it's 800. So it does 10% less damage. But every special has a simple and technical input: 623, or forward skill, 214, or back skill, or down, or down skill.
Here begins Fate's episode. Grimner versus Zeta.
I use a hitbox. Alright, is this what I think it is?
あんた確かに聖少獣としての気迫とかはあるし強そうではあるんだけどなんかこう雰囲気がね面白枠って感じ
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
I use a hitbox for all fighting games.
急の刃飛べ風越し飛べ天使
受けてみなさい
トン
てっ
ここだとどまれ
よっそうね
Battle 2. Engage.
There's a runner.
Down.
こんな
槍の間合いなら
Battle 3. Engage.
せい踊って膝上
There are moments of that, yes, but there's moments of that in every fighting game, which I think is just to be expected in fighting games, honestly, at this point.
アルティメットアビリティを何にも使われちゃったな
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
There are counter picks in this game, yes.
Great.
甘いんじゃない
顔をする
やるじゃん
Great.
ここだ舞い上がれ
遅い まさかでしょ
I don't know. Matera against some characters, Beelzebub against Grimnir. There's some pretty rough counters in this game. 'Not rolls here in the slightest.
Excellent.
甘いんじゃない
Excellent. victory. Battle 1. Engage. Great. Battle 2. Engage. Great. Excellent. Great.
Yes, she is. She is incredibly strong, but much like Grimnir, she is very underplayed. Zeta's up there along with Grimnir as a character with some of the least representation in all of Granblue.
Here begins Fate's episode. Zeta versus Grimnir. Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Yeah, well, everyone says Grimnir is busted and no one plays him.
Battle 2. Engage.
Probably not. Grimnir and Zeta, like I said, are two of the least played characters in all of Granblue. And that's including a master. Hey, look, the bug happened.
Excellent. in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
前へ王道機材ここからだ鉄砲数そうギルティサイクロン
生意気
近づけばギルティサイクロン
Excellent.
スイス
Perfect.
信じらんない
槍の間合いなら俺も
Battle 2. Engage.
やるじゃん
決まった
生意気
席だ
これで決め
栄光は何時のものだ存分に誇るお前は横にいても
I'm probably going to do one more. I think we're probably gonna call it a night. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel so tired right now. Sorry for the lack of talking. I'm kind of just staring at the screen playing games. Sorry about that. I don't know. Also, our discussion earlier talking about people were running into on ranked and talking about playing Fatal Fury instead. Freaking Kilvins took that to a tweet, and then boom, back to tied minutes.
Versus Luwayne.
Okay, guys.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Put my headset for the lane. Yeah, the amount of Materas have gone down, but she's still, I think, top 10, I think, in most played characters in Master at this point. Yeah, the current day Materas are like the few seasons ago Cagliostros. They're always gaming.
Battle 3. Engage.
sooner. Bug. I hate the float bug. How about that someone fix that, bud? Not bad.
時には敗北することもある。妄想するだけだ。
I had a plan there. I just need a spot dodge. Let's dodge though first. But Imatera's top 10. I think if anything she's borderline top 10.
Battle 2. Engage.
Wrong direction, Zane. Pay attention, Alex.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Zane. The peak entertainment of Zane being bad this game. And at least I can still dodge a Luane pyramid, right?
Battle 2. Engage.
That's it, Lorenzo. She's coming. She's coming out a few days later. As of right now, they haven't announced whether or not she'd be playable or combo breaker. But if she was, I would assume they'd have announced it already. But I'm not sure since I haven't said anything. I am incredibly disappointed she's a grappler, yes. Makes the likelihood of me playing her go down immensely compared to what it was before. Going into her trailer, I thought that there's a decent chance I would be considering playing her. And then they announced her as a grappler, and now the odds are pretty slim. I'm not going to say it's zero, but odds are slim. Especially if she ends up being really slow, then even more so. Well, like I said, the last match was going to be the last one, so I'm going to send you guys over. Continue on with the Grand Blue Raid train. I'm going to send you guys over to X9 Breakers, who's currently working on Grand and Masters right now. So we'll show some support for those trying to get through the Grand. And Earth made Dragon being a grappler. It's like, who the hell saw that coming, right? But I'm going to be calling it here. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Before we go, quick shout outs though. As always, the Nitro, the Saragon, as well as the Torku with the raids. I appreciate it, but we're going to be back tomorrow. Normally we do Variety Thursday, but Combo Breakers in a week and a half, so we're going to keep playing fighting games. So tomorrow, probably more Grand Blue. We might do Grand Blue and Fatal Fury. Not sure yet, but we'll for sure be at least on Grand Blue. So till then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time is you guys' time zones. As always,